Josh Koren, Chair of Family Medicine, Dr. Frank Levin, Chair, Department of Emergency Medicine, Dr. Rich German, Chair of our Department of Osteopathic Manipulative Medicine and Rehabilitation, and also the Director of our Neuromusculoskeletal Institute. Also with us is Dr. Barry Waterhouse, Chair of our Department of Cell Biology and Neuroscience, and Dr. Stephen Scheinthal, who is Chair of our Department of Psychiatry. The model of the white coat ceremony was conceived by Dr. Arnold Gold, founder of the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, which is dedicated to creating innovative medical education programs that foster humanism in medicine. I am proud to report that our school was the first osteopathic medical school in the country to hold a white coat ceremony in 1996. The white coat ceremony marks the beginning of your career in osteopathic medicine and induction into the Rowan SOM family. Congratulations to our new students and their families. Like any family, we are here to support and encourage you so you can reach your goal of becoming the very finest physician you could be. You have chosen a great profession, a very, very noble profession that at its very heart is service to humanity. Imagine a profession where each day you are there to help people, a profession where your goal is to cure, to comfort, to improve the quality of life of those that we serve, to improve the human condition, to uphold the dignity of human life. And we do this each day from the perspective of osteopathic medicine, caring for the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. Students, I always say that you are the heart of the school. The journey will be filled with challenges, but the fruit of your labor will be abundant. The privilege of being a physician and the responsibility of caring for human life. And please be assured that we have great confidence in you and we know you will succeed. You are, in fact, very essential to our mission here of producing quality, caring, compassionate, and skillful physicians from diverse backgrounds. Becoming a knowledgeable and great physician will not be easy, but we know this goal of learning is part of your life, not just over the next 4 years, but it's a lifelong goal. A word to the parents and to the family. You also have a significant role. You have nurtured and supported these young men and women to get where they are today, and we know it hasn't been easy, but your work is not yet complete. They will need your continued support and your encouragement. They will need your words of wisdom, and sometimes they will need someone to listen to them during the difficult times of the journey. We know you will be there for them. For me, the support of family, of friends, and my faith was essential to my success, and I know that our students here will count on those same support systems. We have a great faculty here at Rowan SOM. A great school requires great faculty to be teachers, to be role models, to mentors, and we are very pleased to have some of the very, very best faculty in the nation right here at Rowan SOM. I always say, I tell the students, and students who are currently enrolled hear me say repeatedly, you're the heart of the school. But I tell the faculty they're the soul, because we really cannot have a great medical school without great faculty. And I want you to know, our newest students, that our faculty know their principal goal is to be sure you get what you need to be great physicians, to achieve the goal that you aspire to be. I promise you that we will do our very best to enable you, our newest students, to achieve your goal of being caring, skillful, and compassionate physicians. At this point, I'd like to now introduce our president, Dr. Ali Hushman, president of Rowan University, who would like to say a few words. But once again, I want to express to you how committed he is to osteopathic medicine, to the School of Osteopathic Medicine, and training various individuals in the health professions here at Rowan University. He has set forward a vision for our university that will increase the capacity of students trained not just at SOM, but throughout the Rowan University significantly by the year 2025, to increase the extramural support for our university here up to $100 million annually. I know that's a tough challenge you've given us, but we're up for the goal here. And to really enable Rowan University to emerge to be one of the nation's great research universities over the next year to come. I have to tell you personally, with our transition into Rowan University over the past few years, what a tremendous support and advocate Dr. Hushman was and continues to be for our school and our profession. Dr. Hushman, thank you for all you do for us.
Good morning, everyone. Well, on behalf of the entire Rowan family, especially our Board of Trustees, our faculty, staff, I would like to welcome the newest, the largest, the most prestigious and selective group of students, and I might add, the best-looking class to Rowan University, to your university. It's so wonderful to have you here. Let me tell you, when the summer comes, we kind of get miserable because when you are not here, the university is not the same. So I'm delighted that today is the beginning of your 4 years of journey. And I'll tell you, it's going to be a tough 4 years. And I know that you are ready for it, and you will come out as amazing doctors who are going to heal so many thousands of people for generations to come. So for all of that, how about the parents, the family members? Thank you for trusting your greatest asset with us. And these are amazing people. How about if we give them a great round of applause for their selectivity? About 4 years ago, 2013, July 1, we turned the light on and everything changed from UMDNJ into Rowan SOM. It was an amazing, amazing journey, an amazing partnership. Before that, Rowan was a regional institution, not necessarily highly selective, moderately selective, small in numbers. We were about 9,000 students only 10 years ago. And not being a research institution and not having many doctoral programs. And then the governor or the legislatures passed the Restructuring Act on dismantling former UMDNJ, and when you watch the clip, you notice that a number of former graduates were referring to their school as UMDNJ. And University of Medicine and Dentistry of New Jersey was dismantled. Big chunk of it went to Rutgers University, and I believe the jewel of it came to Rowan University. And this partnership enabled us to become an amazing, highly selective, great institution. I can tell you safely, the fastest growing institution in the nation, both in terms of size and prestige. And all because of this interaction and this collaboration between these two schools. A group of dedicated faculty who wake up every morning, come in here, and genuinely want to train the future workforce of America and make them great citizens so that hopefully they pay their taxes and take care of us when we age. We have aged. And as a result of that, in a matter of 8 or 9 years, we doubled the enrollment to 18,000 students. At the same time, the ranking and prestige went up. We have become far more selective. Today, Rowan University, in Delaware Valley, where within the 50-mile radius there are more than 100 institutions of higher learning. You set aside 2 or 3 institutions like UPenn and possibly Villanova and others. Rowan is the most selective after that, and all because of this kind of partnership. Rowan now is one of only 2 institutions in the nation with both allopathic and osteopathic medical schools, the other one being Michigan State. And for those of you who are from Michigan State, I'm a Michigan fan, so I don't like Michigan State's football. And as a result of that, we have created this amazing institution and this amazing school of osteopathic medicine. When we're going to grow it, we're going to have more partnership with all the teaching hospitals in this region and providing many, many opportunities in a school where the kind of research that they do really is tremendously heartwarming. Look at the Institute for Successful Aging, where amazing faculty take care of us when we age and try to enhance the quality of life. Or CARES Institute, where they take care of abused children and provide them comfort and safety. You look at the works that they do in neurosciences, whether it is in Alzheimer's or Parkinson's disease, amazing work is going on in here. And this is truly one of the most prestigious in terms of research institutions, one of the most prestigious osteopathic medical schools in the nation. Faculty are amazing, staff are caring, and this university welcomes each and every one of you with open heart. I hope you use this campus to come and visit. You work very, very hard, but I urge you to have a little bit of life too. You need it and you deserve it because the 4 years is going to be tough. So welcome to this campus. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to seeing you smiling and your parents being so proud after 4 years being a medical doctor. Welcome to our campus.
Thank you again, Dr. Hushman. It's now my privilege to introduce our keynote speaker. Each year, in the spirit of the white coat ceremony, we invite the Distinguished Alumnus Award recipient to address our newest students about the journey they are about to embark on and the significance of humanism in medicine. Today, we are pleased to have our own Dr. Linda Boyd. She is a member of the class of 1984, and she's a recipient of the 2017 Distinguished Alumnus Award. She will deliver the keynote remarks, and I'm certain she will share with you valuable wisdom. Linda has been a great advocate for our school and for the profession. In 2013, our school was fortunate to have Dr. Boyd return to SOM as a professor of family medicine and as our Senior Associate Dean for Academic Affairs. In this role, Dr. Boyd has led the school's efforts to earn reaccreditation with very high marks from our national accrediting body. She has worked to modernize our curriculum, and she has worked with me and others to increase class size and to even strengthen our problem-based learning curriculum. Dr. Boyd enjoys a national reputation as an expert in medical education and accreditation, and she works with our accrediting body, the College of Osteopathic College Accreditation, with regard to accreditation issues. She is a trusted advisor and a mentor of our students, as our new students will learn very fast. She's a true champion of the needs of our students. She's a champion for diversity and cultural competency, and really is an advocate for our students in every sense of the word and truly dedicated to our profession. Please join me in welcoming our keynote speaker, Dr. Linda Boyd.
Thank you, Dr. Cavalieri, and good morning to students, families, colleagues, and special guests. I am honored to be selected as the distinguished alumnus and have the pleasure of speaking to you this morning. Ever since Dr. Cavalieri told me about this award, I've been thinking about what I'd like to tell you. What have I learned in 30 years of practice that might interest our new students and their families? After going in many directions, you almost got the "everything you need to know I learned from Star Trek" speech. That was the runner-up, but I decided to keep it more straightforward and not reveal my true geekiness, at least not right away. I decided to give you the spark notes for the most important things you need to know about being a good doctor, the essence of medicine, if you will. I didn't know that these things were so important as I was going through med school, and it might have saved me a bit of worry and stress had I known that the practice of medicine really comes down to these 4 key skills: caring, listening, analyzing, and communicating. Caring. We can't teach you this. We work really hard to discover this innate trait that you have during the admissions process, and I think we do a good job. You are not only the brightest of college graduates, you are the best. You have more than just brains. You have a will to help others, to put the needs of others ahead of your own, and your caring nature is what brought you here. It will make you a good doctor. I've worked hard during my career, and I've given a lot to my patients, my students, and my residents. But I truly believe that by caring for others, I have received far more than I have given. I was seeing patients and precepting in a free clinic one night about 10 years into my practice, and I got paged from my office that a patient had left an urgent message. I'd been seeing this woman, I'll call her Jane, for several years, along with her 2 children. Jane called to tell me that she had been admitted to the hospital with a flare-up of her chronic blood disorder requiring transfusions again. She was used to this process, so she wasn't really calling about herself. She was calling about her daughter, Kristen, who she just found out had been admitted to the same hospital and have a baby. She didn't know that her 16-year-old daughter was pregnant. I didn't know that her 16-year-old daughter was pregnant. Kristen didn't know that she was pregnant. Yes, that really happens. That was the first time I ever saw that, and I didn't believe it. Kristen was lying all alone in a hospital maternity ward, having gone from a teenager who had gotten a little big to a teen mother in a matter of minutes. So as soon as I was done in the clinic, I walked over to the hospital to first see the mother, and then I went down to see the daughter, and I went back and forth a few times. This was before cell phones. They could not afford phones in their hospital rooms, and they were both admitted to isolation rooms, so they couldn't actually go visit each other or talk to each other. So I was the go-between. I talked with Kristen about how and why she didn't know she was pregnant. She also wanted to talk about options of adoption versus keeping the baby. I talked with Jane about how she was shocked and angry and a little excited about being a grandmother all of a sudden. And I relayed the discussions between the 2 of them, and in the end, Kristen decided to keep the baby with her mom's blessing and a commitment to help with the baby so Kristen could finish school. While driving home in the wee hours of the morning, I was thinking, that was one of the craziest and most rewarding experiences of my career to date. I felt like this is what it means to be an osteopathic family physician, to care for the whole patient and the whole family, whatever they need. Listening. It has been said that if you listen to the patients, they will tell you the diagnosis. It is true. The history is the most important part of the medical visit. Listening also helps us to truly know the patient. Mr. W. was in his late 70s when I met him. He was retired from a factory job and had been widowed for several years. He had 2 grown boys who lived nearby, and his absolute passion was gardening. And since I was also an avid gardener, we used to chat about what he was planting and how the crops were coming along during our visits. He had heart disease when I met him, having had a rather bad heart attack a few years before. It left him with a weak pump, and he got episodes of congestive heart failure, where fluid backs up into the lungs. He had a cardiologist who he saw periodically for testing, but I managed most of his flare-ups of heart failure, mostly in the office, but sometimes he required hospitalization. One such night, he got admitted around 11 p.m. when I was on call. After administering medication to remove the excess fluid from his lungs, I sat and talked with him for a couple of hours while the medicine started working, and I didn't leave until he was breathing better. I listened as he told me his early life story. As a young man, he was taken away from his home in Poland by the Germans during World War II. He was imprisoned and put to work in a Nazi work camp in Germany making munitions. After the war, he returned to Poland to find his family and fiancé gone. So he moved to America, to a Polish community in New Jersey, later got married, had a family, and worked hard all his life. He told me that gardening gave him a sense of renewal every year and helped to ease the pain from his earlier losses. During the ride home, I reflected that it was such a powerful story, and him sharing it allowed me to know him so much better. I was a little embarrassed that I had known him for over a year at that point, and I had not yet gathered that story. I've often found that people are resistant to talk about their war experiences, but perhaps we just have to give them the right opportunity. Listening to that story didn't change any of my medical decision-making that night, but I do believe it did impact on it later on. Analyzing. Within your lifespan of medical practice, a computer will be able to make the diagnosis and select a management plan for patients with higher accuracy than human doctors. Don't leave. This technology already exists in Watson, which is currently in trials, and it's looking pretty good, but it has a ways to go. The technology predictions are, within 10 years, Watson or some other machine learning platform might be broadly deployed. But don't worry about your jobs. There is plenty for you to do, and you still have a role in analyzing, because the complexity of patient care will always require a human override. Over the next couple of years that I knew Mr. W., his heart progressively worsened and his pump got weaker. His cardiologist told him that he had to stop gardening because the exertion was too much on his heart. The cardiologist told me that Mr. W. had moved into end-stage heart disease and would probably die within the year. Telling him to stop gardening was the best medical advice given his condition. But I knew this man. I knew how much he loved gardening. I knew that even in the winter, he pored over seed catalogs, deciding what he was going to plant that spring. I knew that sitting in the house and not gardening would kill him, so we worked out a way that he could still garden. Communicating. This may be one of the most important parts of being a doctor, because you can do everything right, but if you can't share that with the patient in a way that they can understand, and if you can't motivate them to carry out your plan at home, then it's all for naught. And when Watson is making your diagnosis and treatment plan, communicating is what's going to keep you employed. This is how I was able to get Mr. W. to continue gardening. I arranged for his two sons to accompany him to one of his medical visits with me. They already knew what the cardiologist had told him, and they were being strict with him and not letting him near the garden. I had talked to the cardiologist about my plan, so he was on board, and I shared that with the sons. I asked the sons to help their dad with the heavy garden work, like tilling the soil in the spring and the fall, and they agreed. Mr. W. got a gardening bench at my suggestion, and so that he could sit while tending to the garden. He got a device that allowed him to remove weeds while standing without bending and pulling, as it was the exertion that was hard on his heart. Mr. W. lived for another 3 years with his end-stage heart disease. 3 happy years full of gardening and fresh vegetables. He brought me tomatoes at every visit in the summer and often said, "Thank you for letting me garden." Telling Mr. W. not to garden was the best decision, the one that Watson would probably come up with. But it wasn't the right decision for Mr. W. And in the end, that's what we as physicians have to do, and what a computer is not going to replace. So there you have it, the skills you need to be a good doctor: caring, listening, analyzing, and communicating. Do you think you can handle that? I know you can. Getting to know Mr. W., Jane, Kristen, and their families has enriched my life, as have most of the patients that I have known throughout my career. It is truly an honor and a privilege to be a doctor and to be trusted with patients' stories. It's a role that you should always treat with reverence. I want to thank my own family for being here today. My oldest son, Greg, and his girlfriend, Jackie, are visiting from California. Greg does artificial intelligence programming for medical applications. My younger son, Brenton, couldn't be here today as he's in Fort Bragg for Special Forces training. I'm very proud of both of them. And my husband, Tony, who is a constant source of strength and support for me, but most importantly, he makes me laugh. If I can leave you with one last piece of advice, it is important to seek and cherish love and positive relationships in your life. Medicine is hard work, and you need to have nurturing, solace, and fun in your personal life so that you can do your best at work. I am blessed to have some wonderful friends and a loving family. That is my source of energy and support. It grounds me, and I know that it helps me to be a better doctor. I hope that you find that for yourselves. And to the proud families that are here supporting your students, be there for your son or daughter, niece or grandson. They will need your support. They won't be able to come home every weekend, I can tell you that for sure. They need healthy nutrition to feed their brains, so please fill their freezer with healthy meals. And any little help in the form of encouraging words, an ear to listen, a shoulder to cry on, makes a big difference to them. To our new students, I want to congratulate you on starting this exciting journey down your own road to becoming an osteopathic physician. I hope that you are as happy with your decision to come here as I have always been. I can't wait to get to know you over the next 4 years and hand you a diploma on graduation day in 2021 when you become a future distinguished alumnus. Thank you.
Linda, thank you. Very inspirational words, and I'll take a little credit. I was one of her teachers many years ago. And so were a few other folks who were here. Now I'd like to introduce our Student Council President, third-year medical student, student doctor Tamer Raouf. Tamer Raouf received his Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience from Dartmouth College. Before joining Rowan SOM, he attended the Graduate School for Biomedical Sciences, where he received his master's degree in biomedical science. In his first 2 years here at Rowan SOM, Tamer served as the president of the class of 2019, and now he is serving as the Student Council President for the entire student body. Please join me in welcoming student Dr. Tamer Raouf.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, class of 2021. My name is Tamer Raouf, and I'm the Student Council President here at Rowan SOM. I'd like to thank everyone on the dais, the Board of Trustees, all the deans, you guys and your families for allowing me the privilege of speaking to you today. As a representative of the students of Rowan SOM, let me offer my sincerest congratulations to you and your families for having made it here. As you will continue to learn during the next 4 years, no one becomes a doctor alone. The support of your family, friends, and communities have provided you and will continue to provide you with support that is more valuable than you can really imagine at this point through medical school and beyond. It's not quite enough to say thank you, but let's have a round of applause for all the people sitting behind you that helped you make it this far. Okay, that's enough. I've only got a few minutes to talk to you, so I've got to get started. You're going to get a lot of advice this year from upperclassmen, from many of your deans. I can't give you advice like Dean Boyne just did on how to be a good doctor, but I can try to advise you on how to be a good student. Since I'm the first to talk to you, you also have to listen to me. You can ignore everyone else. There are some rules that I think have come in handy for me over the last 2 years, and I think will serve you well. I call them the 4 L's of life at Rowan SOM. The first one is to learn. This one is pretty obvious, so I'm going to start with it. There's a lot of information that you need to mash into your brains between now and May of 2021, so get to it. As they say, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and the building of a pyramid begins with a single stone. So build carefully. Number 2, lead. Whatever it is that interests you, and I know you guys all have interests because I looked at your applications. I didn't actually. Maybe the A in your type A personality stands for ADD and you want to go into emergency medicine. Maybe you're just lost on the way to an engineering school and you want to do ortho. Or maybe you're just really, really, really cool and you want to join student council. Whatever it is, get involved and try to excel at it. There are dozens of really cool things happening on campus at a given time, and most of them are happening because students like you made them happen. There's a lot of support coming from the administration here, and even more energy coming from your fellow students. So get out, get involved, and see what you can make happen and how you can enrich your own lives and the lives of your fellow students, all while beefing up your residency applications at the same time. Number 3, leave. I mean that regarding the library in particular, but just get off campus when you can and get away from your studies every now and again. Medical school is really, really stressful. I had a full head of hair 2 years ago. It is hard, and that is by design. I know this gets said so often that it's almost a cliche, but that's also because it's true. We, as medical students and someday doctors, have an awesome privilege and responsibility treating our patients, so our schooling has to be grueling enough to make sure that we're ready. All of you, and I mean literally all of you, will struggle at some point in the next 4 years. No one gets through this easily. When that happens, remember to take some time for your own mental health. Reach out when you need help. Remember to do the things that you enjoy doing. There are a lot of people on campus, and my name goes at the top of that list, that live to make sure that you graduate not just as skilled, but as sane and happy doctors. 4, and the 4th and final L is this a reach? Help. There's an L in that word. I know I said 4 L's, but as med students, you will get used to using some pretty crappy mnemonics to help you remember things. Remember that you are in this together. There are more than 20,000 medical students enrolling this year in the US. You do not need to compete with the 200 sitting next to you. Remember, a rising tide lifts all boats. Share resources, form study groups, give each other advice where you can, form a basketball team, whatever it is, because the better off that any of you do as students, the better off you all are and the better off we all are. I will leave you with that. Learn as much as you can, become a leader in your class and your community, leave the library every now and again and remind yourself what it is that brought you here, and do your best to help each other find success. I promise, if you do all those 4 things, you will absolutely love it here. Dr. Cavalieri likes to say that we have the best students in the country. I'd like to amend that statement a little bit. I spent a week, 2 weeks ago, meeting student government leaders from all over the country, from all the osteopathic schools. And it's not really my place to disagree with Dr. Cavalieri, but I have to add that we have easily the best students in the country. It's not close, and I can confirm his boast with no doubt in my mind. So again, congratulations to you and your families, and welcome to the Rowan SOM.
Thank you, Tamara, for your great words of advice. Good morning and welcome. I am Paula Watkins, the Assistant Dean for Admissions. Students, myself, and the admissions staff have had the great privilege of getting to know you as you prepared for this day. I know each of you comes to us with a story that for many includes great sacrifice, hard work, hardship, achievement, perseverance, and of course, hopes and dreams for the future. I hope you all have a chance to share your story as you get to know one another and our faculty and administration. You have been hand-selected by the Rowan SOM Admissions Committee, and we believe that you are prepared to accept the responsibilities of medical school, possess the capacity and requisite skills to handle the rigors of medical school, and have earned the right to don the white coat for the first time this day, August 6, 2017. President Hushman, Dean Cavalieri, members of the Rowan University Board, and faculty, the candidates that sit before you have successfully met the requirements for admission to the Rowan University School of Osteopathic Medicine, and I present to you the class of 2021. Members of the class of 2021, I, along with the faculty and the administration of Rowan University, welcome you to the School of Osteopathic Medicine. We congratulate you on this achievement and look forward to celebrating the many milestones of medical school along with you. Congratulations.
Paula, thank you very much, and thank you for the hard work in heading our admissions office, you and your staff working closely with our admissions committee to assure that we have the very best and brightest future osteopathic physicians with us. So thank you. Now we've come to the part of this assembly that you've all been waiting for, the presentation of the white coats. Students, please remain seated until your row is called forward. I'd like to invite some members of our admissions committee who are here with us to join me on the stage for the presentation of the white coats. I would ask Dr. David Condalucci, Dr. Judith Lightfoot, and Dr. Todd Schachter to please come forward. I would also like to invite Dr. Kathy Lambert and Ms. Paula Watkins to approach the podium to assist with the ceremony, and Dr. Hushman, Dr. Boyd, and student Dr. Tamara Rauf to rise to greet the students.
It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce the members of the Rowan SOM class of 2021. Danielle Pinto. Aham Crace. Audrey Dong. Dashawn Lee. William Candelari. Hannah Chaudhry. Hajir Gatalari. Katie O'Malley. Zachary Winchell. Stephen Sozio. Christina Spoletti. Thomas Spenarkel. Abdullah Panah. Vincent Lowell. Savannah Dasgupta. Z. Chen. Amy Steinhauer. Cecilia Barati. Mark Shepard. Juhi Patel. Brittany Snow. Anne-Marie Buter. Shika Patel. Akanksha Kapoor. Stephanie Suarez. Cassandra Ramirez. Clarissa Hayes. Lambert Caboir. Francisca Aguilar. Mavis Britworn. Naisha Lene White. Mandeep Sabreen Pabla. Radhika Patel. Noma Onyedima. Caitlin Jacobs. Oksana Mayovska. Brittany Uribe. Alexis Dunn. Darian Seidman. Amy Bianala Olivares. Megan Samantha Rosenberg. Roma Podolker. Bianca Estropia. Alyssa Palada. Megan Dunn. Dina Iacone. Christina Gula. Annette Palladino. Nehi Patel. Jason Purizada. Samin Mian. Afsha Khan. Nirali Shah. Prutha Shah. Amal Amir. Matthew Guriglia. Stephen Doyle. Jeffrey Chen. Christopher Mincielli. David Grisback. Bradley Hutton. Lauren Crispino. Rathika Rani. Kathleen Magner. Tiffany Getz. Karanveer Kals. Narutia Patel. Sanath Shetty. Kiriti Watikanda. Rohit Kota Kapoor. Kishan Patel. Devin Toledo. Darren Kong. Josh Evan Katz. Meet Shaw. Zeal Patel. Jasmine Zayed. Farah Al-Shamari. Zachary Manna. Camille Sohatsky. Abu Bukar Ahmed. Ali Tahir. Amar Nasir. Chris Chisulo. Kirolos Zaire. Jennifer Farah. Jennifer Nasim. Amanda Rubin. Rebecca Dietrich. Brendan Carty. Jared Furtado. Harshini Sahani. I practiced that one. Elizabeth Figueredo. Felicia Lessman. Jemin On. Christopher Mattiello. Neil Joshi. Sophia Fields. Ian Shaw. Andrew Patrizio. Matthew Fakis. Michael Gowdy. Rushpinder Gill. Aisha Alam. Josh Agris. George John. Nick Coleman. Timothy John Blackwell. Christopher Suwa Singh. Hassan Al-Saleh. Trinava Roy. Ronald Cleary. Clinton Timmerman. Daniel Greco. Vincent Lau. Vinatha Margam. Maria Rita Anashi. Samantha Shapiro. Cara Pietrolongo. Chris Aqua. Michael Mackery. Justin Elogin. Jamila Holston. Alan Tran. Anthony Caprero. Sultan Bukhari. Yashavi Sharad. Shabir Hussain. Abraham Al-Sharif. Wasif Pirzada. Akash Patel. Valentina Godoy Ferrero. Katerina Mikhailova. Tejpreet Singh. Mohammed Asani Nia. Aisha Rahman. Kelly Hamilton. Abram Estafanus. Alexander Garcia. Alex Getcheluk. Jonathan Kirshen. Jonathan Lowe. Matthew Sheneman. Krupa Shukla. Antoinette Soriano. Victoria Chan. Avish Jain. Anjali Patel. Shiv Misra. Hirva Vyas. Brian Cusack. Faraz Jamal. Aaron Hoig. Gabe Hemminghouse. Dylan Chase. Momna Ayub. Shamila Chowdhury. Anjali Patel. Erica Kwong. Michael Germain. Thomas Roberts. Claudia Matos. Levana Berlin. Rahul Gogia. Manpreet Singh. Jennifer Varallo. Peter Galliano. Elizabeth Chelius. Martha Smith. Jenna Guma. Caitlin Klimowicz. Charles Hamill. Ashish Jain. Catherine Montgomery. Emmanuel Ascenso Jr. Marian Abdelmalik. John Michael Poonla. Gurpreet Singh. Dhruv Patel. Harsh Jain. Swet Patel. Rahul Raghuraman. Matthew Lestina. Samir Mehta.
Well, what a class. Let's give them all another round of applause. At your graduation, you will recite, along with the faculty, the osteopathic oath. This is a sacred oath that you profess at a public ceremony to affirm your commitment to the profession and to your patients. Today, we ask you to make a pledge that will establish the foundation for your medical school experience, to acquire the necessary knowledge and skills to become a competent osteopathic physician. This pledge affirms your capacity for hard work and sacrifice, understanding and respect for your colleagues and patients, and your promise to uphold the strong values and humanistic principles that are at the core of the profession and Rowan SOM. At this time, I ask our class of 2021 to rise and recite the Pledge of Commitment along with me. You can find the pledge on the back of your program. As I embark upon the study of medicine at Rowan University School of Osteopathic Medicine, I will enter into a relationship of mutual respect with my teachers and my colleagues to enhance the learning environment and gain the knowledge, skills, and attitudes of a competent osteopathic physician. Accept responsibility only for those matters for which I am competent. Maintain the trust expected of an osteopathic physician, and never take advantage of the patient-doctor relationship. Show compassion and respect for all others. Set worthy examples in the application of humanistic principles in my relationships with patients and others within the medical community. Work toward improving my sensitivity and skills in human interaction, understanding and respecting the differences among my patients and colleagues. Value the knowledge and wisdom of the physicians who have preceded me in the profession and endeavor to contribute to the osteopathic tradition. Welcome my weaknesses and strengths and strive to develop those qualities that will earn the respect of my patients, my colleagues, my family, and myself. Continue learning through all the days of my life. On behalf of the faculty and administration, I'd like to offer our congratulations to each of you and your family and friends who are sharing this milestone occasion with you today. There are many people who will support you throughout your medical school, your family, classmates, faculty, staff, alumni, and friends. As part of your support system, we would like you to begin your medical career with some advice. Please look in the right pocket of your white coat. You will find a note with some words of wisdom and support. We hope these words will inspire you throughout your 4 years of medical school and beyond. So take a look at your note. So many thanks to our donors for sharing their wisdom and encouragement and for supporting the outstanding student outreach program and community service here at Rowan SOM. Once again, another round of applause for our newest Rowan SOM medical students. Okay, you can be seated. At this time, the newest members of the Gold Humanism Honor Society will be honored at this assembly because of the humanistic virtues they bring to the care of their patients. I would ask the class of 2021 to always remember that each of you honor the white coat by the qualities you bring to medicine. I now invite Dr. Kathy Lambert to the podium for the Gold Humanism Honor Society induction ceremony.
To you, the class of 2021, let me add my heartfelt congratulations to you. As I look out and see all of your faces, I see confidence, eagerness, and perhaps a bit of anxious anticipation. I see the faces of future physicians, my future colleagues. So please remember how very much we, all of us, want you to succeed. Remember, you are not alone in this journey, and we are here to help you along the way. So now for the Gold Humanism Honor Society induction. And at this time, I invite Dr. George Scott, the Professionalism Director for the SOM GHHS, to join me on stage to induct this year's candidates. Now, the Gold Humanism Honor Society is an international association of individuals and medical school chapters dedicated to foster, recognize, and support the values of humanism and professionalism in medicine. Each year, we ask our fourth-year medical students to complete an online ballot to elect the newest members of the GHHS. And on the ballot, students are asked questions such as, name the classmate whose honesty and integrity are above reproach. Name the classmate who most demonstrates concern and empathy for patients. Name the classmate you would want as a DO for yourself or your loved one, in addition to many others. The students are also asked to name a faculty member who has demonstrated a strong commitment to humanistic values. Before I call the candidates forward, I would invite Dr. Hushman and Dr. Cavalieri to join us in congratulating the students. Gentlemen, you guys can have seats over here. And would the candidates for the Gold Humanism Honor Society please come forward when I call your name to receive your certificates. Candidates will receive your certificates after shaking hands, and then please stay here on stage. From the class of 2018, Kinza Akunzada. Chanakya Bavishi. Anthony Chen. Christina Di Maria. Heather Fackelman. Andrea Fawzi. Laura Grenlian. Kevin Laguerre. Umair Nasir. Luba Nissenbaum. Annie O. Mariel Scheinberg. Ashley Sam. William Spinosi. Scott Ventry. And Vico Vigiano. And from the Rowan SOM faculty, Dr. John Bertinoli and Dr. Martin Forsberg. Yay, yay, Dad.
As a member of the Gold Humanism Honor Society, I pledge to be a role model and mentor for humanism and professionalism in medicine, promote a balance between science and humanism in patient care, inspire colleagues to promote humanism in all levels of healthcare, advocate for humanism in medicine on campus, in practice, personally, locally, and nationally, foster collegiality and support within the society, reach out to and support those struggling to overcome barriers to humanism in medicine, work towards improving healthcare for all. Congratulations to this year's GHHS members.
Congratulations, Alan. You can go back to your seats now. Nice job. Okay, you guys can go back. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much, as always. Thank you very much. So today marks the official start of your medical education here at Rowan University School of Osteopathic Medicine. Tomorrow morning, at 8:15 a.m. sharp. Not 8:20 and not 8:30, because I will be there looking. Tomorrow morning, you will begin a comprehensive multi-day long orientation program. You will learn everything that you will need to know to successfully navigate your first year here of medical school. I'll be with you through the orientation, and I personally will look forward to getting to know all of you. You do not need to bring your white coats tomorrow morning. However, I would ask that you do bring your name badge. This now concludes our official ceremony. Immediately following the ceremony, refreshments will be available under the hospitality tent, and the student clubs here in the building will resume their sales. I thank all of you for joining us here today on our wonderful day. I ask each of you to remain seated until the full recessional group from the stage here has passed. Take care and have a wonderful day.